Minister, ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome, as Shane has said. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of our marketing strategy for the next 3 years. Thank you all for being here in such numbers. I did see the weather here in Dublin last night and I worried whether we would get our full number, but delighted to say even flights from Corry made it up, so we're really, really pleased. Thank you, Minister. Thank you also to your officials in the department for making the time to join us. A warm welcome to our colleagues from Fáilte Ireland, from ITIC, from the ITOA and the Hotels Federation, and in fact all the industry bodies and tourism partners. But today is about outlining what we believe to be a positive future for our industry. Niall will shortly take you through our ambitious 3-year strategy, and later on the market teams will outline their exciting plans for 2020 and show you how you can get involved. But before that, I thought this morning it might be good to take a look at where we are at the end of 2019. Obviously, all the heads are not counted yet, but we know already that 2019 has been a year of mixed fortunes for the industry. The most recent CSO data tells us that overseas visitors to Ireland is up by about 2% on the 2018 record. And you know as well as I do that this is not reflected in all sectors and all regions around the country. And more significantly, I think, is that we know that revenue is also likely to be down. So after several years of sustained growth, 2019 has been a fairly mixed bag for many of us in the tourism industry. The slowdown in the economy, which would be a concern at any time, at any year, was certainly overshadowed by the continuous hiatus around the Brexit timeline. As deadline for exiting the EU followed deadline, first we had March, then we had April, then we had October, and now we're looking at January 2020. That impact holiday decisions, not just in Britain though we found, but in important European markets such as Germany and France, where Brexit is a feature, we understand, of their daily diet of news. Through all of this, though, I say that Tourism Ireland has worked closely with the government, with our colleagues in Fáilte Ireland, and with our Brexit task force, and with our industry partners both at home and in the markets. We have researched, we have monitored, and we've monitored those consumer intentions, and we've modified our activity to address any issues that we've come across. We have been marketing hard throughout the year to keep Ireland at the front of mind of overseas consumers. Thanks to our ministers, increased funding from the government supported us to continue our marketing diversification strategy, to begin implementing strategies for future growth, particularly in the US and Germany, and to roll out an ambitious new strategy in Britain. This was specifically designed to flex the outcome of Brexit. And for the first time in 7 years, we rolled out a new global marketing plan, Fill Your Heart with Ireland. We'll preview the next phase of the campaign a little later. We are also fundamentally reworking our digital technology platforms. This will ensure that Ireland retains its cutting edge, stays ahead of the curve on tourism marketing for the 2020s and beyond. This work will enable us to retarget visitors with the kind of motivating and personalised messages that will keep them returning to the island. And thanks also to a further €6 million from the government in the recent budget, we have new end-of-year promotional campaigns ready to go right now in Britain and around the world. These campaigns will provide reassurance, will highlight the great reasons to come and visit Ireland, and show how easy it is to get here. This will position us very well as we head into 2020. But it's also important to remember that despite all those challenges, and the ones we see in the future, we will have welcomed this year 11.2 million overseas visitors to the island of Ireland. Overseas tourism will contribute around €5.8 billion to the economy and will help to sustain approximately 325,000 jobs in communities around the island. I would like to thank our ministers, Minister Ross, Minister Griffin, and their officials for the support in the challenging times, and specifically for for the additional funding which has enabled us to be more visible, more active, and certainly more agile in the past year. So I'd also like to thank all of you, and those of you in the industry who have worked with us in many, many ways throughout the year. In particular, can I mention Stephen McNally and his colleagues from the Great British Review. This group did some excellent work for us and helped us to sustain and grow our vital GB business. Thank you, Stephen. My thanks also to Paul Gallagher and members of the Central Marketing Partnership, both here at home and in the markets, for their time and for their sage advice on all the issues of the day. We made many calls, I can tell you, on their time out of their busy work life, and we do appreciate it. But I also want to thank everyone who contributed to the development of this new strategy that you will hear about today. You generously gave of your time and you shared a wealth of insights and experience. And on behalf of the board and everyone at Tourism Ireland, I want to assure you that we don't take your support for granted. We are truly grateful. We have listened very carefully to what you have said about how we should approach the marketing, how seamlessly we work with our partners in Fáilte Ireland and our industry partners, and how we run our business overall. In rolling out this new strategy, ladies and gentlemen, we will ensure that our marketing continues to be the best in class, that our organisation is aligned to deliver the best results for Irish tourism economy in 2020 and for many years to come. But finally, and it's not often I get the opportunity, to thank our own Tourism Ireland staff. I have visited a number of their offices throughout the year, and once again, it has made me very proud to see the dedication, the professionalism, the innovation, and indeed all that hard work that the team do right across the globe. So ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure, firstly, to say welcome and thank you very much. And if I may now invite the Minister for Tourism and Sport, Brendan Griffin, to address you. Thank you very much.